Rudy Giuliani wants everybody to believe that he is in fact broke. He has no money. He's having to put his New York apartment up for sale. He can't afford to go through the discovery process and a lot of the lawsuits that he's facing, and that's kind of holding those lawsuits up a little bit. But, oh, gee whiz, he would love to go through and find all the files that all these different lawsuits are asking him for, but he can't, because he tells us he's got no money. Although, let's think back for just a second. Last week, what happened in the state of Georgia? Well, the judge overseeing the defamation lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani had no choice but to go ahead and issue a summary judgment against Giuliani because he had refused to turn over many of his records, including his financial records. In several of the other lawsuits, according to a report from Business Insider, that Giuliani is facing, he has, guess what, failed to turn over his financial documents. So all of these courts out there where Giuliani is like, hey, I can't comply because I'm broke, he's not letting them see his financial statements, even though he's been asked for them. The courts want them. He said, no, you can't see them. You're just going to have to trust me that I've got no money. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take a private jet to fly to Georgia to surrender in that criminal trial. Which, yes, when Giuliani flew to Georgia to surrender himself in Fulton County, he took a private jet. The guy who's allegedly broke flew down there in a private jet. We don't know who paid for it. Maybe it was him, maybe it was somebody else, but that doesn't sound like something someone who is broke would be able to do. Giuliani has also not filed with the courts because, believe it or not, if you are facing financial hardships and you are unable to go through discovery because you do not have the money to do it, there are real legal avenues that you can take, motions that you can file to have these things delayed, or in some instances to even apply for aid to get the discovery done. Because in Giuliani's case, like his records, his digital records, it's being held by a company that has to be paid money to go through and get all the records and then turn them over. But Giuliani hasn't done that. So he's not going through the motions, I mean, literally going through the filed motions to say that he has no money and needs extensions. He's not turning over his financial documents to show that he has no money. He's just telling the courts, I got nothing, so we can't do anything. And it already came back to bite him in the butt in Georgia. And it's probably going to happen again. Because what's happening now is you've got Smartmatic, who of course is suing Rudy Giuliani for defamation. It's kind of a pattern with Giuliani, lots of defamation. But they're unable to move forward because they can't get the discovery documents from Rudy Giuliani because he keeps saying, hey, I'm broke. But he won't provide any documentation to say that he's broke. He's not applying for any kind of aid. He's not filing motions to extend deadlines for him to file anything. Nope, nothing. It's very weird. And Smartmatic's lawyers are onto that. Listen to this. It's from Business Insider. In a lawsuit brought by Smartmatic, an election technology company he falsely accused of flipping votes from Trump to now President Joe Biden in 2020, he hasn't handed over any of the discovery material that he's required to, and he's blaming his bank account. Giuliani has, quote, produced no documents and, quote, located 2 publicly available tweets. Smartmatic's lawyers wrote in a scathing August filing asking for sanctions. The dog ate my homework. I have to wash my hair. I can't go out. I'm sick. Since the dawn of time, people have made up excuses to avoid doing things they do not want to do, Smartmatic's lawyers wrote. This is exactly what Giuliani has done here. For months, Giuliani has made up excuses to get out of his discovery obligations to Smartmatic and to violate orders from this court. So it already cost him in Georgia last week where he got the summary judgment. He's likely going to get sanctioned in this Smartmatic lawsuit, all because he is not being honest about whether or not he is or isn't completely broke. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.